Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Ilse Samarripa and this is The World Space. Welcome to video number 5 out of the series How to Make a Perfect Demo Reel. Today we'll be speaking about how to make a demo suited for compositing artists. What do recruiters want to see in order to give you that job? Like in any area, there are many strengths and weaknesses each junior has, so it's up to a lead to give the artist different challenges to sort of train the artist in the areas they can improve. But you do want to have a demo reel that proves that you can do all the compositing basics, so the recruiter can be sure that you already have that set of abilities. Some of the perks of compositing are that a lot of VFX supervisors tend to be former comp artists, because compers have a big understanding of color grading and a great eye for detail, so that gives them an advantage when it comes to guiding a team for a VFX production. A great demo reel for compositing has to have chroma keying. When you make some parts of the plate transparent, it's usually replacing green screens, blue screens. You want to have rotoscoping. For anyone who doesn't know, it's to trace over a plate frame by frame and contour a shape and be able to do a cropping. As a junior, you really want to prove that you can do very nice cleanups, which is removing tracking marks. You want to remove unwanted ropes, face, pimples, any of those things. Those are 3 things that juniors are hired to do the most, in my opinion, because it involves many hours of work and they leave more complex techniques of composition to more senior artists. Those are some basic things any junior needs to know and needs to have in their demo reel, but what will make you stand out and will make your work different is to have other things, more levels of complexity. Now, with these levels that I'm gonna tell you right now, you can really climb the ladder of seniority a little bit faster. Complex paintwork and matte painting integration. Studios need you to be able to separate different elements of the matte painting using projections, using camera movements to emulate different distances of the landscape according to the point of view of your camera. So that means that if you have a matte painting of a field, for example, when you move the camera, the sky will not change position as much as the objects in the foreground near the camera. Now, integration of CG assets, that's a most. You gotta prove that you can put, for example, a box here and the camera is moving and the box looks like it's in frame, like it was really shot there. You want to prove that you can take an object, put it inside a plate and make it work and make it seamlessly look like it's there in the footage. It's important to show that you understand the way Nuke works and the way cameras work and 3D workspace integrations. As a comper, you gotta have a great eye, like lighters do. You wanna have basic concepts like exposure. How does exposure affect your depth of field in regards to your f-stops? You wanna have a little bit of color science in your head, how camera systems get their colors. Color grading as a relationship between what is physically accurate in colors and lighting contrasted to what looks pretty and looks appealing to the eye. In the description down below, I will leave you some links that you can check out. They're awesome and they can really help you understand these concepts. Understanding LUTs or lookup tables, which are indispensable for color grading. You need to understand grain. Something I see very often in junior reels, a very common mistake, is that the grain of the footage they're comping doesn't match. It can be very subtle. Again, you have to train your eye to be able to see this kind of things. There can be inaccuracies in the amount of noise and grain in the lights and the shadows of shots, so you need to make them match in order to integrate something properly. You need to understand how AOVs work, which stands for arbitrary output variables. They give the artist the freedom of separating different elements during the rendering process. So, for example, an artist decides to separate the reflected light from the direct light to then do a compositive multipass, which is when you layer different passes and comp them together and you use blending techniques to make or to reveal a beauty pass, which is part of the language of comp artists in general. Which software should you master? Nuke. Nuke is the industry standard right now. It's free for students, so make sure to check it out, understand how it works. At the beginning it's kind of complicated, but then you get to understand it and it becomes a little bit more intuitive. These are the roots of what compositing is. So once you have those actually figured out, The rest depends more on different shows, different looks, different pipelines of the studio, and the software variations. But once you have that solid understanding of these principles and you can show them in your demo reel, then you're good to go. If you want to send me your reel or some shots so I can review them, just check out my Patreon. I will leave you a link in the description down below. For each dollar I receive, a percentage will serve to rescue stray dogs and cats. And you will unlock new content every week, so please check it out. Help me, help the channel, and become a VIP World Spacer. Don't forget that we have a new Discord channel where I've been speaking to Sam, for example, who is from London and then he moved to Denmark and he's working there. Some people from Mexico, from India. So it's very fun and I can connect with you more personally. If you have some questions, if you want to tell me anything, you can always find me there. And don't forget, Trikingo is a site where you can download many different tools and tutorials. If you are an animator, if you want to learn scripting, if you want to even learn how to make your own video game, it doesn't matter if you're highly experienced or you're new to the industry. There is content for all kinds of CG artists. You can see these tools being used over and over again in the pipelines of the most important studios around the world. My subscribers and I get a 20% discount in any purchase. There's even free stuff to play around with. I will leave you guys a link in the description down below. Make sure to check it out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so the algorithm likes me better. You can share this video with your comp friends. You can subscribe, you can hit the notification bell so you know a lot more about the world space. Don't stop growing, don't stop learning, don't stop believing, and keep making art, you beautiful artist.